The flush on this contraption was about as noisy as Keith Moon's drum kit falling down a tin staircase. Not today, sunshine. Not today. Now listen, mate, I'm going to have to pull over soon because I've got to drop off a few brown trouts, if you know what I mean. Got to build a log cabin, so to speak. Now, a lot of folk titter about this most basic of bodily functions, but I tell you, without the invention of the flushing bog to get rid of all the jobbies, we wouldn't be grinning, mate. We'd be retching in the streets. The proud history of the flushing cabbie goes way back round the bend, 2,000 years back to the Western Han dynasty in the Henan province. Clever archaeologist geezers discovered one of the world's first water closets there. This luxurious stone toilet had a seat, an armrest and a series of water pipes to flush out the chocolate bananas. Delightful, right? Yeah, impressive and all that, but where did they find it? In a king's tomb. It was a working bog for a dead geezer. Now, that's what I call having respect for the deceased. Yeah, and the same to you, you muppet. Those bogs didn't catch on with the living for a while. My guess is because the Chinese didn't get round to inventing toilet paper until the 6th century. Talk about a messy ending to a relaxing 5 minutes. Later, the Romans cleaned up their bump fudge with a sponge on a stick. The world's first wet wipe. And that's why we say getting the wrong end of the stick. Classic. Now, the Romans had a top quality line in flushing lavies. Bright bunch that they were, they used their mammoth aqueducts to transport the overflow of water from their bathhouses to the latrines on their last stop out of the cities. And I'll tell you, they weren't shy either. They would sit around in groups up to 30 with no partitions and just plot the day away. Oh, isn't this just lovely? Stuck behind this goon again. Now, after the Roman Empire took its tumble, folk forgot all about flushing jacks. Fast forward to medieval England, and the genteel subjects were flinging their excess waste out of the window from chamber pots, with any luck landing on a passing politician or Arsenal fan.
Oh.
But in the 1590s, Queen Elizabeth I plonked a royal derriere on the first modern flush toilet ever built in England. Her godson, Sir John Harrington, built one in his gaff, and some say he's the reason it's called the John. Good old Liz was so impressed after she gave it a whirl that she had her own very special throne installed upstairs in Richmond Palace. But even after this royal seal of approval, it didn't take off with the hoi polloi, because the flush on this contraption was about as noisy as Keith Moon's drum kit falling down a tin staircase. Not today, sunshine. Not today. With old Johnny's system of handles, levers and weights, which poured in water from a cistern, opened a valve to let the business out and clean the bowl, he'd made a proper breakthrough. But of course, those unsightly skid marks on the back of the bowl couldn't be shifted until toilet brushes popped up in the 1930s. Weirdly enough, mate, they were created by the same company that made the first artificial Christmas tree. But get this for sick, a lot of those early brushes used animal hairs for their bristles, like squirrels and horses and badgers. I mean, I'm all for having a good sense of toilet humour, but that's just plain wrong, mate. It's wrong. Anyway, I've got to download a Brownload. Back in 5.
Why not just subscribe to Head Squeeze? It doesn't cost you anything. You hardly have to do anything. You have to just lift your finger up and touch the screen or move your mouse. That's it. Go on, do it.